Hi guys, welcome to camp. I'm just on a little overnight trip here, not too far from our new hometown. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute here. I've got a canal behind me. I was trying to get to the Snake River, which is like half a mile that way, but the roads were blocked off or they were full of water, so I just couldn't really get over there. But I've got this canal. I might try to fish it later. I don't know if there are fish in it. I assume there are. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Here's a look at where I'm camped for the night. It's about 5 o'clock now, just about dinner time. We're gonna make dinner in a minute here. I'm really excited about dinner. We have Jalapeno Poppers. I just had a craving for them earlier today. I made them at home mostly, and so basically here at camp we just need to heat them up. Let's get out the chair and the camp table and the stove and the food and whip up some grub. These are the jalapeno poppers. Basically, I split a jalapeno in half and then filled each side with a mix of cream cheese and then like shredded taco cheese, which I think was cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese mixed together with some taco seasoning, and then some bacon pieces. What we're gonna do here is pour some olive oil in and then just drop these in, let them heat up, and then have hopefully a tasty dinner. Okay, here goes nothing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll let these heat up for a few minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes or so. They look good to me. Let's turn off the stove and transfer these suckers onto a plate. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh man, that is so good. All right, I'm gonna enjoy this, then we'll get down to some talk about recent events and some life changes that my wife and I have gone through recently. Well, dinner was delicious. I'm gonna have to make those again at some point. Those were really good. I've got a few left. Maybe I'll have them tonight or just take them home tomorrow. We'll see. I've also got some grapes with me in the car that'll make a good snack in a couple of hours. So outlook is looking good as far as food goes for this trip. But really what I wanted to talk about in this video is that we moved. So about a year ago, we moved from Utah to southeastern Idaho, to Pocatello, Idaho. And we really liked it there. We really enjoy Idaho. So we decided to stay in Idaho. We are still in Idaho, but we moved about an hour and a half up the road to a small city, to a town called Rexburg. We now live in Rexburg, Idaho. And we moved there so that my wife could continue going to school. She's been taking some online college classes and she's done about as much as she can, and so she's going to Brigham Young University, Idaho, which is a Mormon university. We are Mormon, we are LDS, and also Cassie, my wife, got a grant, and so we don't have to pay tuition for the next year, and hopefully that'll continue. So we now live in Rexburg. It's still in eastern Idaho. The cool thing about Rexburg is that it's an hour from Wyoming and an hour from Montana. And so this year, you're gonna be seeing more Wyoming, more of western Wyoming, and more of western Montana, especially southwestern Montana. And I might even go to Glacier National Park this year. I've been there once before. It's in northwestern Montana. It's about a 6-hour drive. We are now basically halfway between the Utah National Parks, Zion and Arches. Those are about 6 hours away, and Glacier National Park, which is about 6 hours away. Rexburg is about 45 minutes from the west side of the Tetons, an hour, 45 minutes to an hour of the west side of the Teton mountain range, which of course is home to Grand Teton National Park. You can actually see the Tetons from Rexburg on most days, depending on where you are. Today it was a little bit cloudy over the Tetons, and so I couldn't show it to you. Hopefully tomorrow I can show you the view of the Tetons, but it's been awesome to see them every day. I really enjoyed that. My favorite thing is that we are an hour and 20 minutes from West Yellowstone. So imagine being less than an hour and a half from Yellowstone National Park. I'm really excited about that. And so you're gonna be seeing more Yellowstone this year, assuming you know, the national parks ever open back up again. But I'm gonna be exploring more of the Idaho desert pretty soon here. And then I do have a Montana trip planned. And so got some good stuff coming up. And so this area where I am now, this is only about, well, the edge of this area is about 20 minutes from Rexburg. It's pretty close to public land. This is BLM land. And then I drove another maybe 20 minutes on dirt roads to get out to this particular spot. I'm going to be climbing this mountain tomorrow in the morning, so stay tuned for that. I'm on top of kind of a little rocky knoll here, so let me give you a 360-degree tour of the area. I don't know if you can see it, but camp, where's my car? My car is right there, so that's camp. And this area is all volcanic. This is an old lava field, basically. It's mostly overgrown with sagebrush, with high desert scrub now. In the area immediately around Rexburg, it's pretty heavily agricultural, lots of farming over there. And yes, including potato farming, which of course Idaho is known for. So that's it, that's basically our update as far as where we are. We'll be here probably for a few years in Rexburg. Things might change, but that's currently the plan. All right, I think I'm gonna fish that canal, see if I can get anything to bite. I'm not super hopeful. And then I think I'm gonna fly the drone and call it a night. So I'll play the drone footage here and I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm looking forward to just having a nice kind of quiet, peaceful, relaxing evening. Good morning, everyone. Slept like a rock last night. I got like 9 hours of sleep. Slept really well. Looks like we've got some visitors of the bovine variety in camp this morning. Don't really have anything else to do at camp here, so let's get back in the car and let's go climb, let's see, that mountain right there. Oh man, I just stepped in you know what from the cows. Freaking cows. For breakfast this morning I have just like a couple of protein bar kind of things, nothing fancy. I don't like to have fancy elaborate breakfasts on my camping trips because usually in the mornings I just want to get going fast, and so whatever I can kind of shove in my mouth as I'm driving, that works well for me. It's probably about a 20-minute drive back over these dirt roads to get over to the trailhead. So I found this pretty cool crater that you can drive into, but it has just been completely trashed. There's just shooting debris all over the place. There are, shotgun shell casings and clay pigeons and just all sorts of targets that people have left out here. There are like car parts and pallets, and it's just a mess out here. Just absolutely trashed. This is how public access areas get shut down, by trashing a place like this. If you can look past all that, this is a cool little natural amphitheater, but man, it has seen better days. All right, we've made it to the trailhead. It's a popular spot. This is a pretty well-known local hike. On the other side of this mountain is the letter R for Rexburg, so a lot of people call this R Mountain. And again, it is a popular local hike for families and stuff. We're gonna hike up the trail that goes up this side, and then do a loop around the top of the mountain. So this mountain is called North Menon Butte, or Menon. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it, but there's another similar mountain just right next to it. This one's a little bit bigger. And the Wikipedia page for these two mountains says that they are two of the world's largest volcanic tuff cones. The buttes rise about 800 feet above the surrounding Snake River Plain, and they're about 10,000 years old. And reading a little bit more on the Wikipedia page, apparently these were formed when volcanic magma under the Earth's surface ran into an aquifer, you know, some water underground, or the Snake River. They're not exactly sure which, but it hit some water, and the resulting steam and hissing threw off little pieces of ash, and they piled up and they became these two buttes. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between a cinder cone and a tuff cone. They're both pretty similar geologically speaking, but I think the tuff cones might be formed from water, from the magma hitting water. Alright guys, we made it to the top up here. Pretty great views from up here. We can see several mountain ranges. Took about 45 or 50 minutes to get up here. Let me pull out my zoom camera, my big zoom camera, and I'll show you the mountains around here. So Rexburg, the town that we moved to, sorry, there's a family of several kids coming up here. This is Rexburg. You can see the mountains behind it. And the Tetons are right here. So this is Mount Moran, or Morin. I'm never sure how to say it. And over here, this is the main Teton group. On the left is Grand Teton, in the middle is Middle Teton, and then on the right is South Teton. And then in the other direction, this is the Lemhi Range. That's Diamond Peak in the middle, one of the highest mountains in Idaho, and that's a nice little arch in the foreground. And then on the far left, this is the Lost River Range, the southern end of it, which is the highest mountain range in Idaho. So lots of mountains within an hour or two of here, some pretty amazing country. I think that'll do it for this adventure. I'm gonna continue going around the rim of the crater here, go back to the trail, head back down, drive home. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of my new home turf here, our new home turf. And I'm excited. There's a lot of cool stuff to see and do from here. This is a fun base of operations to have. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite part of the video was. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you guys in the next one.